Okay. Okay. Is this uncomfortable enough? I gotta find like a tone of voice, but that actually works quite well. The hell is this event? Weird. Okay, here. So I have a whole 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Curiosity. Or just disable all my filters. That does not seem entirely possible. Oh. So that's what those do. Let's test my tone of voice here by reading card text. That sounds fun. I see mostly like, okay, what the hell is this? Acute Dragon Aura Fierce. When this unit attacks or boosts, Soul Blast 1 to get power plus 5k for each of your other grade 1 or less rear guards until the end of that battle. Now, why would anyone really play that? Advance of Great Cause. The flagship dragon, Blackberg Dragon. Really? Blackberg's name is redundant? Never knew that. Gets power plus 20,000 to the end of that battle. Yes, shield, we love to see it. Advent Stroke Shadiel. Counterblast 1, put this unit into soul, draw a card. To 1 card from your bind zone and it gets grade plus 1 till the end of the turn. Black Wings. This unit cannot be chosen by your opponent's effects and cannot be attacked by your opponent's rear guards. Ambush Smoke. Play this with cost Counterblast 1 if your vanguard is hit by the artillery of Dust Storm Eugene. Choose one of your vanguards and it gains power plus 10,000 till the end of that battle. At the end of that battle, choose one of the rear guards boosted for that battle, retire it. Yeah, that's certainly weird. Oh, no, stick around, No Name, stick around. I'm sure it'll be fine. Come on, buddy. Come on, how bad could this be? No, don't run away. You're here now. There's no leaving it. You have no choice, little man. Stay here. Enjoy the kaleidoscope and my rumbling voice. You haven't a choice. Alright, I've noticed an absolute brick of Brandgate and Shaman King. I'm trying to move past it. Out of curiosity, let's look at every D-Series card that mentions the word blaster. Armor Piercing Knight Mugain? When this unit is placed on rearguard circle from hand, if you have a vanguard with blaster in its card name, cost, discard a card from your hand, look at the top 2 cards of your deck, choose 2 units from among them and call them as rest. Discard the rest. Oh no, it just kind of seems alright to me. Black Sage Charon. When this unit is placed on rearguard circle, if you have a vanguard with blaster and its card name, cost, rest this unit. Look at the top card of your deck. You may call it to rearguard circle. If it is a unit card, at the end of that turn, retire the called unit. Did not call, put it back on top of your deck. Burasta Buredo. When this unit is placed on vanguard circle, cost counterblast 1. Choose one of your opponent's rear guards and retire it. You did not retire, draw a card. When this unit is placed on rearguard circle, counterblast 1. Choose one of your opponent's grade 2 or greater rear guards and retire it. Blaster Dark. When this unit is placed on vanguard or rearguard circle, counterblast 1 and retire another rear guard. Choose one of your opponent's rear guards and retire it. This unit gets drive plus 1. During your turn, if your rear guard was retired during this turn, this unit gets power plus 5,000. Blaster Javelin. When this unit is rode upon by Blaster Dark, reveal the top card of your deck and call it to rearguard circle as rest if it is a unit, and discard it if it isn't. During your turn, if you have a vanguard with blaster and its card name, this unit gets power plus 2,000. Blessing of the Hell Dragon. Choose one of your vanguards with blaster and its name being attacked, and until the end of that turn, it gets power plus 15,000. Then choose one of your rear guards and you may retire it. If you retire it, it gets power plus 15,000. Bravery to stand against, will to pierce through. Play this with counterblast 1. If you have a vanguard with blaster in its name, search your deck for up to 1 grade 2. card with Blaster in its card name. Reveal it, put it into your hand, shuffle your deck. When this unit is placed on circle of a Vanguard with Blaster in its card name, this unit gets power plus 5k to the end of the turn. Then, Soul Blast 1, retire another rear guard. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck. Choose up to one grade 1 or less unit from among them and call it to rear guard circle. Shuffle your deck. Dashing Knight Frida. When this unit is placed on rear guard circle during your main phase, Vanguard Blaster in its card name. Soul Blast 1. Look at the top 5 from your deck. Up to one grade 2 or less unit that unit with Blaster in its card name and call it. And shuffle your deck. If you called, discard one card. We have the same card that shows up twice, but with different name. Blessing of the Hell Dragon is also divine protection of the Abyss Dragon. Gigantech Beater. When this unit attacks with a Vanguard Blaster in its card name, this unit gains power plus 5,000 till the end of that battle. Lint Breath Dragon. If your soul has 2 or more grade 2 cards with Blaster, they're different card names. The unit gets power plus 2,000 plus 5,000. Knight of Superior Punishment. Aid. When this unit is retired by your cost, 3 cards from the top of your deck. The one card with Blaster in its name from among them and add it to your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. Knight of Sorrow, Grania. During the battle, this unit attacked with Vanguard with Blaster in its name. This unit gets power plus 5,000. When this unit is retired from rear guard circle for the cost of your Vanguard, counterblast 1. Put this unit into your hand. During your turn, if 2 or more rear guards were retired for the cost of your Blaster Vanguard, this unit gains power plus 10k. Little Sage Marin. When this unit is rode upon by a grade 2 with Blaster in its card name, look at the top 7 cards of your deck. Use up to one grade 2 Blaster in its card name from among them and reveal it and put it into your hand. And shuffle your deck. You did not reveal a card. Choose Wingal Brave from your soul, and you may call it to rear guard circle. During your turn, if you have 3 or more units, the unit gains power plus 2,000. Majesty Lord Blaster. If your soul has a Blaster Blade and a Blaster Dark, this unit gains power plus 2,000, critical plus 1. Auto Vanguard Circle. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, perform all of the following only once. Put a Blaster Blade from your rear guard circle into the soul. Choose one of your opponent's rear guards and retire it. Put a Blaster Dark on your rear guard circle into the soul, and this unit gets drive plus 1 to the end of the turn. Phantom Blaster Dragon. When this unit is placed on Vanguard Circle, choose a card with Blaster and its card name from your soul. You may call it to rear guard circle. Return, counterblast 1, retire 3 rear guards. Up to 2 of your opponent's rear guards, retire them. This unit gets power plus 10,000 and critical plus 1 till the end of the turn. Phantom Blaster Overlord. your soul as a Phantom Blaster Dragon, this unit gains critical +1. When this unit attacks, retire 2 rear guards. Use a Blaster Dart from your soul or drop zone. Call it to rear guard circle. If your opponent's vanguard is grade 3 or greater, that called unit and this unit gain power +10,000 until the end of the turn. Skull Witch Namain. During your turn, if you have a vanguard with Blaster in its card name, this unit gets power +5,000. When this unit is placed, if your vanguard's clan is only Shadow Paladin, counterblast 1, put 1 card from your hand into the soul and draw 2 cards. Unnatural Knight Delveth. During your turn, if 2 or more rear guards were retired for the cost of your vanguard with Blaster and its card name, unit gains power +10,000. When this Virulence Dragon in this unit is retired for your guard's cost, counterblast 1, soul blast 1. All of your vanguards, all of your units with Blaster in their names gain power +5,000 until the end of the turn. Witch of Entertainment Brana. If you have a vanguard with Blaster in its card name, this unit would be retired for your card's cost. You retire it as 2 rear guards. Witch of Prohibition Unmass. When this unit is retired from rearguard circle by the effect of your vanguard with Blaster in its name during your turn, Full Blast 2. Use one of your opponent's rear guards and retire it. That is every overdress card that mentions the word Blaster. Had to stretch for a moment. Maybe I should start these lore stories now. Alright, first story. Divine Sister Asiata. The Divine Sisters were agents of the Oracle think tank, an agency formed to fight against internal and external threats for the safety and security of Keta Sanctuary. They were also an order of battle nuns. He was crowned as the greatest, most holy patron of the dragons in the name of Keta Sanctuary. Okay, that concludes today's lecture. Sister Fasiata bowed her head and smiled faintly, and the crowd before her smiled back with a sigh. Fasiata was not a good speaker. There was something about her voice that soothed people. Crowds would come every morning just to hear her speak. Let's proceed with counseling. Is anyone in need of help? Yes, yes, yes. Men and women waved their hands empathetically. Asiata smiled once more and let the first person up on southwest, sacred Albion, capital of Keter Sanctuary, lay Lake Clark. Viewed on a map, one could see it was long, thin, was located near the center of the Great Plains. Legend says it was actually a great gash formed when a great dragon attacked long ago. How terrifying must a dragon be to leave just gar on the landscape? Seemed ironic that 3,000 years ago, after this remnant of a deadly attack now served as the main water source for the surrounding area, allowing the local people to prosper. Last Lake Temple, which Visita visited regularly, was on the southern shore of Lake Clark. If Visita please, sun was beginning to set as the last person seeking counsel finished saying their piece. No matter what people's troubles were, whether it be a sick child or failing love life, Visita never showed any signs of fatigue. It wasn't just because she was an elf, genuinely enjoyed talking to people. Even the rambling reminiscences of an old man were fresh in her mind. They happened yesterday. Well, what can I do for you? Perhaps this is something I should talk to the Second Order of Knights about. This temple exists to bring you and your prayers closer to the heavenly floating islands of Katergia, home of the knights. Please carry on. Siva's tone was calm, but her expression was serious. He sensed that a mission was about to start. Crowds didn't know that. Thank you. Lake Clark gave us small fish, shellfish in the shallows. There are larger in the deeps, provided us all year round. The man seeking help was the chief of the fishing village on the south shore of the lake. Yes, provide many a delicious dish for us. Once again, Visita beamed. Sisters who worked near the lake enjoyed the plentiful fish that it provided. Thank you, however, the stock seemed to be running low as of late. Visita bowed her head. I wonder if the fish charm is fading. Shall remake it for you. The chief waved his hand, refusing the offer. It's the large fish in the middle of the lake, and we know why it's happening. The sound of rushing water came from the lake, almost intentionally interrupting the man. The crowd screamed. It's here. Oh no, it's so close. People seemed to disagree with her decision. Visita held firm. I shall go alone. I will need a small boat. We'll send some men with you. If there's anything to happen to you, we'd once again let out a little laugh. It will be fine. Surely Huang will know well, right? Huang? Visita sought permission from an unexpected person. Old man Huang, former chief of a nearby village. He was also 80 years old. The old man never missed any of Visita's lectures, began to speak. What was that? The current village chief had his ear close to old man Huang, translated for him. Sister Facita a shot. Leave it to me. Before anyone could stop her, she'd already untied the boat and was rowing into the lake. Facita was a proficient rower. Facita and Old Man Huang were rowing races when he was a young boy. He never managed to beat that elf in her wimple and nun's robes. I'm here. Come out wherever you are. Ida started talking quietly in the lake. Water was perfectly still. Ida waited with her eyes closed. Lake Clark, which formed in the area, was once entirely arid, created a unique ecosystem unlike anything else nearby. Sita had lived in the temple long enough to hear all the tales people had about the lake, about what lurks within it. A massive, ferocious monster was said to live mostly in the southern end of the lake, but could appear in the south depending on the weather. There was a disturbance in the water not far from the little boat. Facing the divine Sister Facita east. Facita sounded a little tense as she brought out 6 pieces of metal. A plate made up of knots and crosses appeared out of nowhere, almost like a magic trick. As Facita continued to wave her hand, formed 7 explosive charges. It looked like a line of candles on candlesticks. Her dainty, strong fingers danced around as though they were alive. Finn had appeared from under the water, came rushing at the little boat. A huge freshwater shark as long as 2 adults put together attacked Facita. So you're just a shark after all. Ida didn't sound at all worried by it. She avoided the shark's attacks, moving her feet, made a motion, and the first of her bombs exploded on the surface of the lake. You're a tricky one, but you're causing trouble for all the fishermen and for other fish in the lake. Cannot let you be. Zeta continued talking calmly as she sat in her little boat. But then I suppose the lake is free for all. I would appreciate if you could leave calmly, but she set off another explosion and smiled. Shark, normally one of the more intelligent species of fish, in a state of utter confusion. It clearly never had this level of resistance from another animal before. It had always been the biggest fish on the lake. Leave my dear followers be. If you don't, I'll have no choice. Shark, which had dived deep under the boat, decided to retreat. It was getting ready. I know exactly what you're planning to do. Sita waited patiently in her boat. Sita's ears twitch. She jumped straight into the air without warning. The shark surfaced and tried to swallow the boat. 2 more of his explosives went off. One final roar echoed across the surface of the lake. Fishermen all embarked on the southern shore, calling out for Facita in despair. It was then that everyone, the beat quelled. Her voice rang out from within the smoke that obscured the lake. It was the same calm voice that had ended the lecture. The tattered little boat appeared, carrying the nun in spotlessly clean robes. Bowed her head and smiled. Visita had won. In addition to ensuring the safety and devotion of their followers, Divine Sisters had another important mission. Keter Sanctuary had established by the ruling class living in the heavenly floating islands of Ketergia. While it may never reach the heights of a fated sanctuary, the heavenly saved planet Grey so many times. Those who lived on the floating islands were able to reside in a paradise filled with all the good, transport, information, magic, and technology they could ever want. The difference between them and the rest of the nation boiled their lives away with stock. Surface dwellers' feelings of apathy toward the islanders were already smoldering just beneath the surface. Left unchecked, such feelings would have led to rebellion, and the sanctuary would once again fall to ruin. That is why the Battle Sisters and Divine Sisters were established to tend people living. The bridge, those above, those below, attempt to re-establish lost solidarity. That is why Visita continued to pray, talk, love, fight. And he was crowned the greatest, most holy patron in the name of the dragon, in the name of the Keter Sanctuary. Divine punishment. The Divine Sisters were agents of the Oracle think tank, an agency formed to fight against internal and external threats to the safety of Keter Sanctuary, and so were an order of battle none. The end. Right, next up is the Master of Gravity, Aeromagnus. My weapon is gravity. Gravity is my ally. Ish, Yulo lives. I ruptured where I pointed. Gravity, the infinite, infinitesimally small point, exponentially. All golems that were in the castle instantly turned back into clay. That all God, I heard you guys were tougher than this. My voice echoed through the ruined castle. The Rampage Castle ruins. The country was now known as Dark States, but in days gone by, before the borders were pushed back, this was part of the Dragon Empire. Story goes that there was a particularly unruly lord known as Rampage. Shame that Rampage's castle had to be left to fall into ruin as it had. Boring. I removed my goggles, took a bite of my ration. aggressions are just a part of a soldier's life that I could kill for some real food. I ended up in this rotten place because of a disastrous relationship. 3 days earlier. Long time no see. Going. Curtis greeted me with a cheery tone. He was a popular local entertainer who went by the name of Phantasma Magician. We had known each other for years and had always gotten a bite to eat whenever we could. Oh no. Ow. I had to sneeze and it hurts. Not great. I've missed more than a few meals lately. You can tell. They're safer than they've ever been. There's no real need for soldiers or mercenaries. Guess we should be thankful you haven't started smashing up the place yet. Don't get it, do you? Not a matter of money. Hey, another. We ordered another grilled chicken. The waitress, arrogant as always. Oh what? Phantasma Magician chuckled. Got a good job for you. Being out in an old castle out in the country. And pay pretty well. Do I look like a maid to you? You know my specialty. Try something else. I lifted my mug up without ever laying a finger on it. The other customers looked a little startled. I twitched a finger and tilted the mug. You should consider it. You see, the target this time. Gravitomancer. There it is. He slammed the table in reply. All the mugs in the bar started floating. Everyone screamed. The Gravitomancer. Rare gift among the people of planet Cray. One that was quite separate from either magic or science. As rare as heterochromia, having eyes of different colors. In other words, a power unlike any other. It was hard to say just how powerful they were, which bothered me. I always wanted to know what I was up against. Having said that, it would have been just a lie. We spent half a day looking around the deserted castle, and though we found a few clay golems, we couldn't come across any gravitomancers. According to Curtis, some of the locals wanted to use the castle, which sat facing the Gizeh End Bay, as a tourist destination. Anytime they tried to enter, they were sent back crawling, albeit unarmed. If the stories were true, there must have been a gravitomancer. If I were the one holding this territory, I wouldn't let them go so easily. It got dark. This is useless. Let me get some sleep. And the night there, reported to Curtis that I didn't see anyone and got paid. It really was a good job. They lit a fire and lay down in the grass in the area that would have been the castle's courtyard once upon a time. It happened. I couldn't hear a thing. Wait. Heard a faint rumble of a distant roar. I jumped up. As soon as I did, bang, bang. Ground below me fell in. Things were going all in from the start. Closer than I liked. If I'd hesitated for a the second I would have died. Stopped in midair and took in surrounding. Where was it? On the other side of the wall? Perhaps under the grass? Whoosh. I barely avoided the rush of wind. That was a pull. If I had been caught by it, I would have been smashed into the ground. There? I pointed in the direction I thought it was, and the wall came tumbling down. And I saw it. Silver shadow. Crossed my hands to charge up with force and aimed away at that. The ground began to cave in, suck down, almost like an explosion. They were willing to go to lengths. I had to be just serious. Made a wide arc in the air and chose on my adversary. The enemy was quick, but he only just managed to avoid my attack. I landed on the ground, leaving small recesses around my feet. Felt the enemy had stopped to face me. My lungs were crushed by the force of gravity. I let out an involuntary cry. Rushing force came at me from above, or strong as the one I was exerting. It was like two wrestlers hit each other in the chokehold, trying to outlast their opponent. The ground beneath us continued to collapse. The walls of the castle started to break apart into a vortex. So, I want to fight to the end. Thought I heard a voice. Maybe I hadn't. At that rate, it wouldn't take long for the whole castle to fall down on top of us. Wait, let's talk. What are you talking about? You nearly killed me just now. Likewise. Came here to scout the place out. I've been told there was some idiot like you hanging around here. Not looking for work. All I need to do is scare the villagers a little and I can live here in peace. Well, how much fruit I can get in this forest. Damn it. No time for this monologuing. No, it's time to. Oh, the power seems to be slipping. Perhaps I had the upper hand when it came to stamina. See, only one is a safe place to live. Why don't you hear what I have to say? Not interested. As long as we have power like this, no one can get in our way. Wait, a woman's voice? But what if I'm a woman? But you're actually reading my mind, and you should know I don't fight women. But what do we do now? The woman's charge up again, or talk with feisty one, like her. Okay, shut that for a moment. Vaughn, listen to me. Military life, so it's an interest you, we can find something else. Mighty. Being alone. Live like this forever. Power. Waste it. Why should I try? Say. I was wary. Yes, I was ready. Can get you money. Look for a man named Curtis in the next town over. My name. Pay you to leave. Curtis. The woman finished her power. Deep and ready for what was coming next. As my magician's Curtis belongs to Marcus. What's your name? I am master of gravity. Barrow Magnus. Bang! I ended with a blow that blasted the forest around where the woman was sitting. Told you, I don't fight women. Simple. Remember me. Right there, a ruin, completely spent. Shocked. Finally came around here and used your name. Funny. Glad I gave it to you just for sending that kid to work right away. Job, now we can set up a circus in the ruins of the castle. Curtis smiled warmly. That was the law. That was him for you. Construction's gonna be tough. I don't suppose you could lend a hand. Go much more smoothly if we had a master of gravity around. Of course, you'd get paid. It's gonna make me cry one of the days. I snorted at him and found the disgusting drink. Next time, you're on your own. Circus. Speaking of the circus, upward acrobat Marjorie. Oh. Just reading this first line, I'm immediately going, I do not think I'm gonna like reading this story. This tone. Hi, how's it going? Did you miss me? Are you listening? Look at me! Raised my head and met the gaze of a girl looking down at me. She was so high up above me. Could have been no bigger than a pea to her. Somehow I just knew that she was looking down at me. Words straight where I was sitting. Let's begin. Introducing an upward acrobat who once wowed the crowds and players as a gallows bowl cheerleader. Star of our humble circus troupe, world-class acrobat extraordinaire. Oh, the unbelievable grace, greatest marvelous Marjorie. The clown's voice rang out, clearly prompting the loudest cheer of the day. Started her performance, singing for applause that filled the enormous hall. Waved her trademark parasol around, making its dignified face, just sauntering down a promenade. Am that child, always off with the fairies. On my way home, my mother complained ceaselessly. Oh, we had fun, didn't we? Dancing animals, the fire ring, white rope. You don't see things like that every day, reputed my father. Our village, Isaac, lay deep in the mountains near the border of Brandgate. Had plenty of mountains and forests and plenty of nothing else. For us, bears and wolves were dancing pets. more than 6 years old. She sure was cute. Now, you two, admit, men of the village are getting too distracted to work for days now. My mother sighed and then hurried me and my father. I was looking a little dazed towards home. I turned around to get one last look at the circus. It was no illusion. It stuck out proudly from a clearing in the forest. You could still out hear the lively music that continued to play. Those words still rang in my head. Miss me? That was the night where I learned that the girl all the way up on the tightrope was actually succubus.
Hold on, what the fuck? Didn't they just say she looked no older than 6? FBI, what the fuck?
Oh yeah, she is a succubus. Would you look at that? Hold on, I'm going back. See, like, where did I read that again? Right. She couldn't have been more than 6 years old.
Really?
Who are they referring to? No way they're actually referring to Marjorie. Because Marjorie is definitely a grown-ass woman. That's just weird. You want to join the troop? As a sound talking to scream this at me, I realized that I must have been talking to the wrong person. Not that I had any idea of who I should have been talking to about joining the circus. But it turned out he was the right person after all. Well, you might actually be just what we're looking for. What's your talent? Huh? Don't me. Guess you think you can just join a circus without a talent, do you? Good at chopping wood, and I'm handy with knots. Sounds like you're almost ready to take over the family farm. That's not what I meant. Got anything else? Pretty fearless, like when I got lost in the mountains. Most circuses don't tend to go to the mountain, and we try not to get lost. I can eat more than anyone I've ever met. Feeding the animals is expensive enough. Are you trying to ruin me? Go home, kid. Angry Clown was about to return to his tent. I wasn't going to let this opportunity pass me by. I've done nothing with my life. I was ready to anything right away. I can climb higher than anyone I know. Clown stopped in his tracks, turned around on me like a little puppet. You wouldn't be lying to me right now, would you, kid? He came closer. Of course not, I'm telling you the truth. Felt the pressure emanating from the clown who loomed large right in front of me. I stood firm. After reading through the many pages of the contract and reading the pledge over and over, I was finally allowed to enter the backstage area of the circus tent. Still didn't understand what was going on. I heard that the Pale Moon circus troupe had many secrets. I was even taken back without so much as a cursory introduction. And a country bumpkin like yourself must have a good heard of Bruce, yes. The very same violence Bruce from Team Diabolos. When I recruited her from the Gallows Bowl, I knew the moment I saw her that she was special. Well, they say we all find out one thing in life, we do anything to get our hands on. Your predecessor lasted less than a month. One before that ran away after 3 days. One before that managed to make it 3 years before retiring. Only that after he left us, he had become a priest. Still, in 10 years, one had left us. You men really are pitiful creatures. Clown, no, the director of the circus, was mumbling under his breath. I couldn't make it out. At the top of the tent, the various crates made, long abandoned, looked like they were sitting there waiting for me to fix them. This was to be my workplace for the day. I was going to make this place as good as new for her. Clown's sarcastic voice rang in my head. Good luck with that, kid. Might hold out longer than the others. I quickly drew the curtains back. There she was, circus troop's flamboyant star, upward acrobat Marjorie perched on a rope. She waved trademark parasol around, looking as dignified and as graceful as if she was sauntering down a promenade. How's it going? Miss me? Yes, I look forward to working with you. Succubus treated me to a smile that was identical to the one she flashed at me that day. It had been 10 years since she picked me out of the crowd. I am now 6 years old. Oh. That means they're like more or less like the same age, and Marjorie's like 16. Interesting lore. Alright. This next one's a card I get a lot of use out of. Ardent's Maiden Hendrina. The mountains were green. The fields were awash with flowers. Rain watered the earth, and the rivers flowed under bright sunshine until they reached the great sea. It was during the godless period. After meditating for an age, the great sage Stoicheia discovered the truth and the changes in nature. Needed the wise cube to observe the blessings that filled the planet. So we, the people of Zu and Megalonica, founded the nation of Stoicheia based on the great sage's teaching. At least that's what I was taught. I leaned against the railings and sighed. Petals on my sleeves wilted, matching my depressed mood. Skies were gray. It was past noon. Light rain started to fall. Vicinity boat. The water in the old Megalonica Bay undulated like some enormous black creature. Seasickness? Bioroids do not get seasick. Besides, this is an airship. Answered the voice that comes from behind me without bothering to look up. Zorga, captain of... Oh, boy, Zorga pilots an airship? Damn. Well, self-proclaimed brain spiritualist let out a breath. Is it a sigh or a laugh? But I might be ready to go home. And if I get off next time we land, contracted for 1 year. 1 year minus 2 days to be exact. Zorga gave no indication that he'd heard me as he slowly walked away from me on the horrifying demonic legs of his. Only say this once. I won't get involved in piracy. Also, did you do something about this rain? I shouted at the retiring figure. Could could see the huge fat staff he held in his clawed left hand began to shake. The clouds behind me faded, letting the sunshine through. We had apparently entered the waters of Old Zoo. Rainy night, the boat danced through the skies over the dark ocean. It was the home of the souls that had yet not departed from this world, manned by deformed creatures. It was the legendary ghost ship Raygrain. It was the ship I now called home. In 2 days since I had been called into action, at the Neonectar trading post, the old Megalinica town of Man, Stoikea. I was so nervous about being called in by the gunman who acted as our guild leader, but the talk was brief. Andrina, I'm assigning you to the Regrain, that is all. And that concluded the meeting. The guild leader's attendant ushered me out of the room and then slammed the door closed behind me. That's when the trouble started. I went shopping for items for my trip. But what was the Regrain anyway? When would we be leaving? Where did I need to be? At night, as I sat on my bed in the inn where I was staying, there wasn't a single eye in sight, so I turned back to the deck. The girl dragged a large stuffed animal past in front of me, while I cast no shadow around her feet. Hello? Nothing. The girl ignored me and carried on across the deck. Flowers on her sleeves I had previously complimented her on began to wilt again. Perhaps good evening would be more better greeting for a ghost. I'd rather not remember the night that the ghost girl whose name I had yet to learn looked up, startled to find her right. For a brief pause, she silently handed me an invitation. When I thought back onto that evening later, to wonder whether that invitation was real or not. I ran straight to that closed door in my room in an attempt to follow the ghost. I was glad that no one was there to see that. I rubbed my sore forehead and headed up to the docks where I found an unmanned boat. Soon, when I climbed aboard, the boat set off in open water. A boat full of strange-looking people. Suppose one could call them monsters. Next, men came from the opposite direction. It was just silent as the girl approached, and an indescribable stench began to fill the air. Hello. A man who carried a huge machete and whose body emanated a green light left without saying a word. Looking around, the deck was filled with more than just ghosts. There were fairies, deep-sea monsters, demons, dragons resting on the mast, and even moving skeletons, which I later found out were the sailors in charge of holding the rigging. Despite the crowds on board, I could only hear the lapping of water. I want to go home, but however much I might want to escape, where could I go? We were in the middle of the ocean. Plus, we're high in the air and moving fast. So depressed, sitting there on the deck of that ghost ship, I thought I might just stop functioning. I had to snap out of it. One aspect of traveling I always enjoyed is the food, especially true when traveling by boat. There's little else to mark the passage of time. On the Regrain, they marked the hours by the sound of a bell. I remember being impressed by the accuracy of that bell when I first boarded the ship, but the sound it made also spine. Hazel, what's up? How you doing? Maybe I should lower that even more considering I'm quiet as all hell. Oh well, I tried my best. Oh, you know that's good. That's good to hear. Are you uncomfortable yet? Have I succeeded? I didn't want to think about what the rest of the crew were eating. If needed, they ate anything at all. I headed to the bow to eat my lunch in peace. I washed down my ship's with a sap-infused drink I'd brought with me. Nutrition is still important for bioroids, but not as important as sunlight. I started to feel a little better. Although the light was still weak, flowers on the trees and in my hair perked back up a little, waving lightly in the wind. There's a scent in the air, rare for this ship. If you don't like it, please go. It was Sorga. Seemed like the captain had a talent for sneaking up on people. I didn't turn back to face him this time. For the contract. Yeah. Facing my backed out of my pack and started reading. Waterproof paper and indelible ink, a product of science. Who were found me this ship and captain were pure men. Passion, solemn acknowledgement, commit. Provide knowledge, aid in combat, our allies. 1 year continuation modification will be negotiated. What it says, stay until the work here is, as a neonectar is done. Word is my bond. I tried to stand firm. I didn't want to get involved in a crime. I also wanted to protect my guild's honor. You say so. What I don't understand is the part about amplifying power. Not sure how much I can boost the power of Mon like that. I mean, the fact that me and the ship, the sea, and the monsters are all Megalonican. The Bioroid are from Zoo. Talking about the outdated view of Zoo and Megalonica, then yes. Yes, now. It's together. We're all Spikaean. Chaos and everything is where we find our chance, where we find the explore. Vargo pulled back his hood, letting his long hair flutter in the breeze. Right hand still resembled that of a human, with all the deformity softened. And you not like monsters? Isn't it natural for the living to be afraid of ghosts, skeletons, and the dead, Mr. Spiritualist, sir? Life and death, the nature of the soul, are things I am here to study. Fear can be useful sometimes to keep us and our safe. Though the rumors of this ship being a ghost ship rise dark clouds that traps wayward souls, all form of protection. As we sail during the day, food not only by the dead, but also by dragon, fairy, others like me. It's a lively crew for sure. Something that must have been a smile emerged on Zorga's face. Not only evil, also a liar, deciding that our conversation was over, turned away. Then, can you see that? Something appeared on the horizon, not land. It was moving. I should have known a Byroid would have good eyes. Zorga? Be a ship. Size, speed, color, shape, this region. Familiar with all the legends of the region. That was why the guild selected me for the job. The object made its way closer. All cried out in unison. Hackett! It was a great sea beast known as the Kraken, nightmare monster. Played any cross. Sailors had lost their lives to it, and such enormous, its immeasurable strength, even flying debris grain to tentacles as thick as the mast over the bow of the ship. Weapon was all up, jumped back a step in front of me. Same time, even though I knew the useless. Summoned forth a number of flowers and threw them at the enemy. Flew into the space between Zorga and coming tentacle. Flashy or powerful, but I kept my contract. Did my best to protect my client. So Zorga waved his staff and one of the flowers exploded. Bang, 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 bang! Flowers burst, turned into a giant chain, proceeded to bind tentacles together. The ghost and the skeletons rushed out from the hull of the ship and solidified around the enemy. This was magic. Zorga used the flowers that had created as some kind of catalyst in his very own advanced trance and summon magic. It looked so easy. Not bad. I should add lookout to your contract. Of course, I'd increase your pay by 20%. Agree. Zorga's voice boomed out to me. Okay, and stuttered. Zorga turned back, all while summoning dragons from the sky and creatures from the deep. During the day, could you let the clouds clear a little and let the sun shine in? Can't make my flowers without it. Read, Drina. Zorga turned back to face the Kraken. Never know what expression he had on his face. The end. Fuck yeah, halfway through these. Yeah, sneeze. Ow. Trying to hold back Dad sneezes hurts. Alright. Next up is Hydraulic Ram Dragon, another Stoicheia unit, and Zorga support. If I had to describe the sound, that would be it. It was drenched by a deluge of cold water pouring right onto my head. It was massive water that dwarfed the usual drizzle that always accompanied the ship. It was like sitting under a waterfall. Of course, that much seawater isn't enough to affect my Byroid ability, but as being made up of plants, it did hurt. A large wave rose out of Kizayen Bay and shook the ship. I saw barrels, bone, those translucent humanoid figures roll around the deck as I clung onto the railing. Flying ship like Ghost Ship Regrain would struggle with an impact that big. I, Ernst Maiden Hendrina, and shouted, "It's fine. Now let me introduce you to the newest member of the crew." Captain Mysterious Rain Spiritualist Zorga replied lazily, pouting, pointing behind him with his staff. Where he was pointing, saw a water dragon, big as a small mountain, looking down on us with its glowing eyes. I like Zorga so far. Zorga's cool. He's kind of a prick, but I like him. Oh, I just realized Kize End Bay is a place where Bermuda Triangle used to live. We're by the western end of Megalonika Zoo Bay. Kize End Bay was located at the southern tip of the Dragon Empire. Long ago, the divinity Kize disappeared, and in its wake left a hole in the land, forming an almost circular inland sea bounded by the Kize End Bay surrounding islands. The terrain on the border between land and sea looked exactly as though a meteor had hit it. At least that's what the stories tell us, I explained. Stocked up on supplies in the market in the village. 8 more at the edge of the bay. However, the complex topography of this region has attracted an enormous variety of marine life. It's now famous as one of the richest fishing grounds in the world. Pyroids do not generally eat seafood, but the bright colors of the fish on sale in the market were as much a feast for the eyes as for the tongue. After all, most of the time I got to see was gloomy rain, spirits and ghouls made up my crewmates. Always enjoyed shopping. Long time since I was on land. Weather was nice, so I was in high spirits. I was demonstrating my knowledge. All you find around here are small fishing villages, retorted Zorga. It was my idea to cover myself from head to toe in heavy cloth to avoid scaring the locals. Ended up looking creepy though. The captain seemed annoyed that he couldn't find what he wanted. Couldn't see his face, but I imagined he didn't look happy. Why is this area not more prosperous? Surely because of pirates like you. The complex terrain of the bay and islands made it a perfect place for pirates. In fact, there were countless pirate hideouts in the inland sea. Kize End was synonymous with piracy. Under the shipping guild statistics, there was nowhere else in the world with any pirate attacks. Raid had made it far enough inland that the merchants started avoiding the area entirely. Why only people found in the fishermen, all-time traders, less stock, less to carry when you come from the pirates. Must correct you on one thing. We are not pirates, Zorga said. I suppose he was right. He had been on this ship a while, and this is what I knew. 1. It was crewed by the dead, ghosts, and other freakish creatures. 2. There was an experiment that Zorga devoted himself to every day. No one knew what he did when he was holed up in his cabin. 3. Very existence of the ghost ship regrained in an area was close enough to cause fear, and as far as I could tell, it was a very common fairy tale. Communities that live by the sea, the children who don't listen to their parents are taken by the flying ghost ship. Other than that, we hadn't trouble for anyone else. God, guild made a decision sending me here. Perhaps that's trouble enough. Though if we're not pirates, what are we doing here? The enemy of a pirate is more often than not another pirate. Regrain was a light, but had a natural advantage over most vessels. I still didn't rate its chances against a heavily armed pirate ship. Anything smaller than a battleship would have no chance. It's a battleship you want, I got one. Dumb sound as he read my mind again. Battleship? When? Where? Orga's confident voice came out from under the thick cloth he was wearing. Show you, but first, the test shot. Hydraulic ram dragon. They say he got his name from the fact that the water pressure he could in his mouth was powerful enough to punch through the hull of the ship even at a distance. The ship was hit by a ram. Tier dragon. An enormous, unbelievably powered water dragon that the legendary navy of Megalonika would say is as sturdy as any battleship. I was still a little dazed, and I continued to stare at the enormous dragon that had appeared on the stern of the ship. I had never seen a dragon this up close before. It was even larger and more beautiful than my books had led me to believe. Despite its obvious destructive power, I could sense a great intelligence behind its eye. You see, our simple pirate ship is no match against this. I've never seen Zorga looking so pleased with himself as he did at that moment. I felt sorry for the people of Cape Mort. The ghost ship was followed by a dragon, which smashed the rocks on the cape in front of us with a tremendous blast of water. That incident must have spread as a rumor throughout the region. The pirates of Gizeh Bay seemed scared. Maybe that's precisely what Zorga was aiming for. He had somehow managed to find a way to train, show his power, and advertise his services all in one fell swoop. Signed a contract. We'll use the power of the dragons as our trump card against the pirates. Zorga, who seemed to be in a very good mood, answered the question before I could even ask it. How do you control the Aquaforce's tier dragon so easily, I asked. Special provision. The Aquaforce seemed to be wary of Grand Blue pirates spreading any further west, and this time they've added a clause to the contract. A bad feeling about this. Hydraulic ram dragon. Looking for a dragon that disappeared to the west of here. The captain of this ghost ship offered to help them find them in their hour of need. Zorga may have been an evil man, but his love for exploration could not be denied. That much I knew, but Tier Dragon rarely speaks. He can accurately communicate in the ancient language of the dragons. We'll need an interpreter in our dragon hunt. Now it makes sense. Expert in ancient languages as well as marine life, are you not? Provide knowledge is the first clause in your contract. I held my head in my hands. Providing knowledge of ancient languages is one thing, but interpreting for an ancient dragon is on another level entirely. Then, a chance to talk with an Aquaforce dragon doesn't come around every day. Converse with a native speaker of the ancient language, I couldn't let an opportunity like this pass me by. I will join you, so long as it is just the two of us. I sat there pondering in silence. Zorga waved his staff and pulled himself up to the cabin. Just as I was about to timidly start speaking, bang! I was struck by a blast of water that nearly knocked me off my feet. It could have been a little more than a splash for the water dragon as he greeted me in ancient language. Rest is up to you. I told you plants don't do well in salt water. Soaked face and my eyes welling up with tears, I took the first steps in communicating with the ancient dragon. The end. Next up, Gangan Road Fighter. After a little bit of hydration. Okie said that Brantgate is a nation of nothing but snow and ice. I'll show you how it's done, I shouted as I crushed a large rock that had fallen from the cliff with my left arm and brushed away the debris. I may have been born in Brantgate, but I have a fire burning up in my heart. Explosion came from behind. Surface-to-surface micro-missile, close impact, 6 o'clock. The warning boomed out, barely the size of my pinky, but it packed a punch. I crouched back down and prepared my hand cannon. The only enemies left were the ones in front and to the right of me. They were both hidden in the shadows. I heard a cheer come through my headphones. Victory will be mine. So long as I'm piloting the Balroyd Gangan Road or Bear Tiger. Nova Grappler was a popular event in the frozen region of Brantgate on planet Cray. It was a no-holds-barred fighting competition. Weapons, magic, supernatural powers, all were allowed. So-called Nova Grapplers included a fresh face, flesh and blood wrestlers, Battleroid pilots like me, and spaceship grapplers. More to fighting than just punching and kicking. Nova Grappler was older than you might realize. Some said that it had been on planet Cray for millennia. Consider the fact that aliens regularly participate. It may have come to planet Cray after being held on another planet for millions of years prior. Anyway, back to the rules. Nova Grappler rounds were fought on the ground, at sea, in the air, even in space. The Fair Tiger was a model of Battleroid used for ground-based combat. It was supposedly modeled after the Blue Warrior. It was famed for its legendary battles in space.
It's based off of the blouse. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot.
On the ground, it was able to use detonation charges to crush rocks to dust. In space, it had a beam weapon that tore through the darkness with a brilliant blue streak of destruction. Rockets that roared in the silence and anti-aircraft missiles that added up to making the Battleroid seem more like a star going nova than a machine that was in the heat of battle. That's what it was like to be in a Battleroid battle. Back to the battle at hand. A ground-based battle in the Nova Grappler 5000. Nova Grappler 5000 was a stadium designed specifically for Battleroid battles. It was not on the mainland of Brantgate. It was located around the South Pole. It was in an enclave formerly known as the Dark Zone, where the weather was not as inhospitable. Come out here. Hovered slightly to the right is my Fair Tiger, then fired 2 shots straight ahead using the missile launcher on my shoulder. The missile reached the ground as it exploded in the dry soil with the dust now acting as a smoke screen. I stopped the Fair Tiger and fired 3 shots with my hand cannon. This one-hand Spirits. Claymore-type Battleroid with a damaged left arm strode out through the smoke and attempted a charge. The idea of closing in trying to hand-to-hand combat wasn't a bad one. However, I predicted this would be their play. I moved Fair Tiger out of the way, picked up the claymore by its legs and slammed it down on the ground. Stepped on the claymore's back and aimed my hand cannon at the cockpit. Do you yield? It was the voice of the referee. I yield. Claymore immediately shut down. My score increased by 1-4. I had won. The crowd cheered. so far was my public front. Now it was time to get to my real task. Set the communication monitor to contact mode. It can only be done by two parts of the ships together and using it to transmit secret messages. Send a message to the other pilot. Cosmos Security. We're under arrest on 126 counts of fraud, extortion, unauthorized Spacegate, and other assorted crimes. Once the bout is over, you will be sent to Galactraz. Since it's futile. Well, not futile so much as impossible here in the public eye in the Nova Grappler stage. A weak voice came through the communicator and cut off. My registered name was Spinel. Like the gemstone, all Cosmos Security agents were named after something beautiful that matched their color. I wasn't surprised. Worked out who I was. Not that it mattered. I got my man. Participants in Nova Grappler were legally protected while the match was ongoing. This was a quirk in interstellar law that criminals sometimes Cosmos Security created several agents like me who would also fight. Winner is Spinel. Will the challenger risk it all in sudden death? MC's commentary came through my comm system loud and clear. The particular bout was an 8-man battle royale. Rules were simple. Whoever got the most hits in would win. Under normal rules, I would have won by now, but the Nova Grappler 5000 added a sudden death option. It was self-explanatory. You can gamble your victories so far and fight one more challenger. Losing meant handing your winnings over and being eliminated. On the other hand, a win meant your winnings would be doubled. It will. Another cheer. They needn't have asked. There's nothing that a grappler liked more than gambling and fighting, and I never backed down from a challenge. Incredible. Now let's meet the challenger. Last year's Grappler 5000 champion, Adonis Jade. A roar erupted from the crowd. Adonis was a huge celebrity, piloted a power trooper called Jing, a worthy opponent. I looked forward to finish off my day by beating this beautiful man to a pulp. Would you like to take a quick breather before we continue, Miss Spinel? No need, this won't take long. I knew that you would love that. Cheers grew even louder. I and my fair tear. Adonis and his Jing moved towards the center of the stage and shook hands. Contact mode. About a wager. If I win, you go on a date with me. I'm busy. You wouldn't say no to a wager, would you, agent? Settled then. He was getting on my nerves. I already know I was an agent. Seriously using Nova Grappler and a chance to ask someone out? Very well, and if I win, you win? Didn't answer, but instead ignited my chest boosters and jumped right behind him. All arms green, clear. Another massive cheer. My mind became clearer and I felt my blood begin to boil. I was a Nova Grappler. Sudden death, folks. Who will be the last one standing? The end. Alright, 2 left. Next is BrainGate's favorite resource generator, Bulbamine. Midnight, Central BrainGate. Report from Undersea Watchtower. Anomalous vibrations detected on the seafloor, checking for possibility of tectonic and volcanic activity. Midnight, satellite in orbit around planet Cray. Report from Meteorological Satellite Remote Sensing Group. Anomalous activity, wave activity detected in the sea near the Central BrainGate area. Yep, Center confirmed to be moving slightly. Midnight, Central Brantgate Coast, report from an unmanned patrol aircraft. Object moving underwater, heading for the coast of the mainland. Non-Cray biological reaction positive. Information in progress. Object silhouette very large, no match in any biological entity or ship design in the database. Warning level 3, requesting immediate dispatch of patrol boats. Midnight, Central Brantgate Coast, report from Coast Guard. Surfacing, it's huge. Our equipment, useless. Retreat, reinforcements, out. Communications cut out. Early morning, Brantgate, emergency response meeting in the West Dome Defense Agency. Mutant? West Dome Defense Minister's face was pale. Gate 17, thought to have emerged from an ancient space gate that was sealed off long ago. The West Dome Admiral's answer was clear. A mutant. Never heard of one this big. How long has it been since we last saw one? General surprise resulting question were well justified. We're checking the records now. It can't have been for at least a few centuries, perhaps even millennia. Don't be stupid. We're not talking about archaeology here. This is a real threat happening right now. Air Marshal seemed incensed by the report of the scientific directorate. It was at this point that the chief of Brantgate Star Force, who had been rushed down from his posting in orbital station, was an expert on anti-evasion operations. Once news that the mutant's appearance had spread, spoke in a haughty tone. Space Force is no stranger to situations such as these. Attempted alien invasions are practically a daily occurrence. All we need to know is how you want us to handle it, whether we will be sending in the Cosmos security. First, we must calm down. The man who bowed to the chief seemed completed his deep bow, slowly made his way back up. Was he? Chief answered the whispered question that was making its way around the room. The elder of a clan who had lived near the pole for longer than we've had the written word. I've kept in contact with him ever since he had aided in the previous close encounter with an alien race. This is an emergency. I shall explain more later, but for now, you can think of me as a mutant master. The old man once again bowed his already lowered head. The defense minister glared at the old man. Yes, just leave it to me and I shall determine which of the mutants it is and what is necessary to send him on his way. What is this nonsense? Even our biggest cannons are useless against something that big. Already wiped out a whole battalion, making way to the nearest city dome. We could try hitting it with a barrage of cannon fire. We're not ready for carpet bombing just yet. Not when we have more powerful weapons at our disposal. You don't mean there's no way we can use that kind of armament so close to a residential district? Just as the chief of the Army, Navy, and Air Force dismissed the old man, the defense minister finally intervened. Discussion went back and forth, but little progress was made. Let's go. I'll take you back up to your base. Everyone is afraid. Reminds me of another time. The head of the Space Force took the old man out of the greeting room where the tragic reports and angry shouting continued long after they had gone. Early morning, Brantgate, near West Dome. Boom, boom, boom. Huge shadow enveloped the ice fields of Brantgate. The artillery, shaken by the complete ineffectiveness of their weapons, retreated long, wounded. There were no survivors in the snow left behind them. Charred wreckage of tanks and aircraft cast dark shadows over the white expanse. When this mutant detected danger, it would disperse tubules from its skin. It is unknown what the tubules were made of, but they were exposed in the atmosphere of Planet Crave. They would burn up and burst upon impact, almost like explosive missiles. Boom! Mutant stopped just in front of Rankgate City Dome. Lifted what must have been its head and looked around. A tune was hidden beneath the gale that blew up a snowstorm. Hey, over here! Mutant turned to look in the direction of the voice that had come from. It seemed to be intelligent enough to know it was spoken to, and to even know what it was. A VTOL aircraft approached at low altitude. Put us down over there. Too dangerous. It's okay, the mutant's just scared after suddenly appearing in a strange new world. The sound of this aircraft would be enough to make it run. The old mutant master lowered his flute, and without waiting for a response from the chief, jumped out of the aircraft and made his way to the enormous creature. Well, that's quite a mess of you made of things, Man approached the mutant he had never seen before and spoke calmly, almost as if chatting to an old friend. Let's give you a name, shall we? How about Bulbamine? The mutant tilted its head in confusion. Fight is over. Off you go now. Off somewhere to where you won't hurt anyone else. Off to a land where there isn't anyone around to harm you. One last tubule dropped off Bulbamine and fell to the snowy ground without exploding. After confirming that the mutant had changed course away from the city towards the South Pole, the Chief of the Space Force issued a command through the West Dome Agency for all forces to stand down. Another inhabitant of this planet? The Chief fought back a yawn as he answered the question. Well, it wouldn't be the first time a visitor from another world tried to make its way into this world through Rankgate. Who was that old man? Is he really? They managed to draw the mutant away from the city, and all our weapons technology had no effect. Oshries shouldn't look a gift horse in the mouth. Done his job after all. Chief pulled back his collar and sat in his VTOL aircraft. They allowed him a barely perceptible smile. Let you sleep for now. I'm sure that you'll have questions when we get back. The footprints of the monstrous creature led all the way over to the snowy plain into the pole. The end. Alright, last one. So, Orb Sorceress. Yes, there were definitely two of her. No, why would I lie to a knight like you? I saw them, two sorceresses. Predictions were spot on. They saw my future. Treasure caves lay to the east of Sacred Albion, on the northern end of the Longhorn Mountain. There were rumors that they lived in the entrance to an old mine that was home to the coven of sorceresses. Who would look into the future of anyone who could afford their high price. Faith, there is no one I trust more than you. I have a favor to ask you. I received a call from my master 10 days prior. I need you to go to the treasure caves and ask the most talented sorceresses to look into my future. As you know, my master was one of the wealthiest merchants in Sacred Albion. who made him one of the wealthiest people in all of Keter Sanctuary. Been presented with a business deal that I just cannot ignore. Should I go ahead with it, or is it too risky? That is all I want to know. I'd really like some advice on how I should proceed. Don't be stingy. Offer them double their usual fee and hurry back. I set off for the Longhorn Mountains, just as I was told, taking as much luggage with me as I could carry. I was on a mission to find the sorceresses who could predict the future. Never doubted for a second the effect that predictions would have on our business. Every new year, I go to that temple and have my fortune told. I always buy a good luck amulet. Master was always very decisive when it came to business decisions, seeking help from the sorceresses, and it must be a very important deal. As for finding the best sorceress, everyone I asked recommended the Hexorb sorceress. That's the one I went after. Looked up at the heavenly floating islands of Ergia, and made my way through the countryside, sword at my side remained. I arrived at the treasure caves by a woman. I am the Tri-Connect sorceress. Thank you for waiting, Faith of Sacred Albion. Please, follow me. What I saw both surprised and confused me. I'd imagined the treasure caves would be like any other abandoned mine. They were as clean, shiny, and well-maintained as any facility in Sacred Albion. The Tri-Connect sorceress led me to a building near the entrance and offered me a seat as she took me further into the temple. The room was decorated with countless triangles. The sorceress who led me there looked young. As she stared at me, holding her staff at her side, I could feel the wisdom of the ages in her gaze. I continued to walk and started to feel calmer. Her name is Faith. You were born in Sacred Albion. Parents are alive. Your father operates a sword fighting academy. You are the second son in your family. From an early age, you have been an apprentice to a wealthy merchant. Perichu, skill with a blade and aptitude for figures in business, made you dependable to those around you. Of course, they only see the past. None of that has surprised you. Hide my shock. Fortunately, it is not permitted to speak of the future. It was not present here. However, you can see into your future, Faith. You'll be able to answer the question your master sent you here with. Would that be acceptable? I was in a bind, but then they hadn't charged me for anything yet, so I decided to proceed to the next room. The sorceress wished me luck. I didn't know why she did that. I am Tier Square Sorceress. Next sorceress was introduced to and soft-spoken. Room was square. Staff was square. Even the ornament in her was square. Get distracted. I was being scolded. Didn't feel malicious. Because she remembered Virtue's house. Girl was terribly shy, though. But I wasn't paying attention again. I have a problem. Past and Square Sorceress. Told me of the present. Expression gives too much away. Shouldn't be so hasty. Besides, I am talking about you, not your master. Listen carefully. It is your head you use now. Your sword. This Tier Square sword is tapped on the head with a square-tipped staff. Your answer cannot be found here in the not charged by services. Take him, Pentagleam. Next sorceress appeared in response to the mysterious words. I want to know if I feel now. I didn't. Twice. Sorceress glad. Tier Square's parting word. Good luck. I am the Pentagleam Sorceress. Nice to meet you. Why was it, I wonder? Just being in her presence made me so exhilarated. Seemed even younger than the previous two, but on your way back, you mustn't stray off track. See you losing your money and getting hurt. Be warned. Avoid this bait. You must stay at the inn for 2 days longer than you would have, and ask the third merchant you encounter to allow you to accompany them. For a red feathered ornament, always walk at the head of the caravan. Sat in the pentagonal room, the sorceress started telling me her future. There was something else I desperately didn't know. That will come later. Sorceress will tell. Not worry about the fee for now. Besides, let me give you some advice. Only tell what is most likely to happen. The actual choice, or just to keep an open mind and have faith in your own decision. Pentagleam Sorceress looked at me with a gleam in her eye, wished me luck. I reflexively responded with a cheerful thanks. Last, I was introduced to the Hexor Sorceress. We were in the deepest chamber in the treasure cave. The room was unlike any others I had been brought to so far. Stood at the end of the room, in a corner of almost a throne. Behind it was what appeared to be a gate made of some kind of rock or metal. The room resembled a hexagonal mat. Something about that space brought machinery to mind. It was odd, like there was a smell of oil, sound of gears whirring. Welcome to the treasure caves, Faith. There was something undefinable about the depth and profundity of her voice. I shuddered as I felt as though I were floating through the air, being toyed with by a giant hand. Forced my shaking to stay still. Told the sorceress why I was asked twice for services. She knew this was her response. I know everything, and it is my job as a sorceress to think about your future. Unlike Magi, a more active role in protecting the world. Hexorb Sorceress was saying was beyond my comprehension. I had a feeling that it was now or never if I wanted to achieve my objective. I'm here to ask about my master Perichu's future. Go ahead with the big deal, or should he decline? I asked, my heart pounding. Very well, I shall answer by telling you your own future now. There appeared to be 2 sorceresses now. I still didn't know whether what I was seeing was real. Hexorb Sorceress revealed 2 paths to me. The first one led me to prosperity with my master Perichu. The other one led to a world where I threw myself, fulfilling my own dream. Being part of a much larger world. Both paths were filled with trials and hope. Both had a clear path that I could follow, and both had obstacles I would have to overcome. The path lies ahead of your dream. The path behind will take you to your master. Voice seemed to come from both the front and behind me. Around us, Hexor Sorceress wearing the same hexagonal jewel. It surprised me. For some reason, I knew right away that not a twin, rather a clone of the same sorceress. I had to make a decision. Walked forward. I woke up in a bed in an inn. Checked my coin purse. Exactly twice the standard fee for the sorceress's services was missing. Then I asked the innkeeper about what had happened. Told me that I had come to the inn and asked for a room. I had no memory of that. Terrified as I was, I did as the sorceress told me. Safely home. What would have happened had I not followed her instruction? To the caves, bandits and on the master the good news. It sounded either way. Bid farewell to the Parachu household. To learn business meeting. Well, I had a dream. Out of respect for my beloved master, I put that dream aside to serve him. Seniors and colleagues tried to hold me back. Pain that caught me still lingers to this day. However, my master's parting words made my decision an easy one. Heard the voice of your other self. I only wish I had done so sooner. Sorceress of the treasure caves pushed me forward. I finally made up my mind. My dream was to dedicate my life to ensuring my country's stability and peace. Come a night, just as trade can enrich people's lives, I want to use my sword to ensure the people's plan prosper. That's how I, Faith, came to apply to join the Golden Paladin. I ask that you stop thinking of me as a simple merchant. I look forward to receiving your response, Commander. And damn golds! Oh, old Paladin no. That's the end of that, and it brings exactly. It brings me to exactly the perfect time to go out the popper. Alright, no longer in ASMR mode. See you in 10 minutes. Okie dokie. Hey, man, stop. Where is... There it is. Yeah, sure, download versions of the older cards. Or English versions. I'm have you. You're not fine. Okay, you want to go in my lap? Or you're just being weird? What? What, man? Hey, dude. Oh. Yeah, nice and happy, aren't you? I can feel your purring. Oh, would you look at that? Okay. First things first, deck editor. Make an MLB deck. Oh yeah, Stog, what's up? Okay, Wingull Brave. Now what do I want for my grade 1? I could either go with Marin or Blaster Javelin. I think either really works here. Because like, hours are legit the hours where I grind to rank up good stuff. Nice. I'm glad that all works out. Like this grabs me a grade 2 blaster. I mean, I guess this one also gives me options of either grabbing a blaster or calling Wingull. But then this one just says, you know, just call the top card of my deck. Then that's paired with Blaster Dark. I don't know, I feel like Marin's best paired with Blaster Blade. Hmm. Oh, fine, go with Marin. Hey Titan, what's up? How you doing? We're building an MLB deck for standard. Hey, there goes man. I'm just trying to decide on a ride line because, like, so I know for my grade 1 I probably want Wingull Brave regardless. Although, but then for my grade 1 I could either go with Marin or Javelin depending on what I want for like my grade 2. Just playing 0. Nice. Are you winning? I don't know. So the thing is, Blaster Dark. So Marin paired with Blaster Blade does get more overall value because that's a grade 2 search as well as a draw for the overall same price that Blaster Dark. But Blaster Dark is like a potential retire and essentially a draw, which technically is more or less the same card value. But I don't know, I just feel like Blaster Blade and Marin work better together. As much as I would love to use like Blaster, but then again, having so if I have a Blaster Blade in my ride line, that means there's only 3 copies of it left in deck, meaning that's only 3 more copies I can suck up with MLB. And honestly, I think I'd rather have less MLB retire effects than less MLB drive checks. So actually, that might all work out just fine. So far, yes. All right, nice. Made a weird Hollow 7 Seas deck. Ooh, interesting. Okay, I guess we're doing the classic ride line, Wingull, Marin, Blaster Blade, MLB. So I know I want 4 copies of that. Then let's set up the trigger lineup. So here's another thing. The over trigger is a potential debate. Because I feel like due to just how MLB operates, I'll be sucking up front row rear guards quite often. And if that's the case, I will never get like the biggest use out of this over trigger. But I would always get the biggest use out of the Cray Elemental over trigger. You know what? Let's add the Cray Elemental over trigger. So Cray Elemental, and then from here, I know we want. So this one says opponent's attacking unit attack 2 or more times this turn. Interesting. So that works against multi-attack decks. I don't know. I feel like the basic heal triggers work fine enough. Then 4, and then 4, and that means I have 3 more of any trigger to add. I'm thinking of going crits, but draws might also work. No, let's go 3 crit. Okay, so then that's 17 grade zeros. Now we have 23, so that's about 27 cards left in the deck to add it with. Actually read the abilities of encounter cards yet. Intriguing though. Yeah, I really like the way they've been doing encounter cards so far. It seems like they've taken the V-Series versions and the original versions and just making this perfect mix. I think the only exception to that would be like Phantom Blaster Overlord. Well, actually, even then, no, not really. No, that's still a mix. So, like for example, I don't know. Let's just look at like Phantom Blaster here. Let's see here. Actually, okay, no, that might. Okay, so this one, it keeps it. So. The original Phantom Blaster said like counterblast 1, sack 3 for like 10k and a crit and retire 1. The previous, the V-Series one said like counterblast 1, sack 3, retire 3 of your opponent's rear guards and gain like 15k and a crit. This one has that ability, has like an ability square in the middle there. And then like Overlord. The original Overlord was like Counterblast 3, and this unit gains the following ability. Gets drive -1 when this unit's attack hits a rear guard, restand it.
And the original one said, like, when this unit's attack hits, Counterblast 1, discard 2, restand, drive -1. This Overlord says, you know, when this unit's attack hits, Counterblast 1, discard a card, restand. It's keeping, like, that V-Series aspect, but it also keeps its, but the V-Series one, I didn't have to hit a rear guard. They fuse that whole attacking rear guards aspect with the restanding by giving him the ability that your opponent can't guard when it attacks rear guards. Then we have like Dragonic Overlord the End. The original Dragonic Overlord the End had like Counterblast 1, Persona Blast stand this unit, and it doesn't lose any drive. This one and the other one, and like the V-Series ones had like 2 different restand skills. This one is just, oh, and also it gained like 5k power from doing something, I think. So this one keeps like the power boost, as well as like the way to restand. But they also improve the fusion by making it so if you have Overlord, it doesn't lose drive. Yeah, I don't know, I just like how they approach the encounter card so far. I think it's a nice, clean combination. All right, next. 4 of each of those, that's mandatory. I wish I included in the main, but I can't. Okay, I feel like Painkiller would be a good call here. So Blaster Javelin is a 10k booster and slash 10k attacker, even like when your Vanguard's MLB. Ooh, actually that reminds me. 3 copies of Bravery to stand against, because grabbing our blasters is important. No, I have seen people use K and Bedivere because that's like a 23k column off of 1 card. But I don't know, K is just kind of useless without Bedivere. Drilling Angel would be interesting because that puts stuff back in his soul and gives us a chance to call. And we also have Frida here. Soul Blast 1, look at the top 5, call a grade 2 or less blaster and discard 1. Ooh, wait, that actually gets us to our other blaster if we're missing one. Okay, I feel like we have plenty of grade 2s. Let's go back over to grade 1s and pick. Hey, no name, opinion on Mystic Mind support. There's Mystic Mind support. If such a thing exists, no. No, no, no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. That is my opinion. That's not how that's spelled. Unblaze, discard a card, look at the top 2, call them as rest. +1. That's kind of cool. Oh, but it is now. No, it's not. Oh, I can't. I almost forgot. 4 PGs, leaving us with 5 cards left. I don't really have anything that retires. Ooh, you. Because you are a 9k booster and also 10k shield. That leaves us with 1 card left we can add. You know what? 1 copy of Geed just to try it out. All right, let's go give this a shot. Whoa, that's a lot of people here. Oh man, it's actually active today. Okay, bot deck 1, bot deck 2. Heads or tails? Oh, I asked first. Okay. All right, you get to go first. Good luck, have fun, buddy. Okay, Gravidias. Uh-oh. Okay, Wells, when placed, look at the top 7, choose any number of meteorites, add them to your hand. Okay. Come on, hit 5 meteorites. Nothing? The fuck? Wow, I feel secondhand embarrassment for you. Okay, discard Bravery, Bride, draw 1 off of Wingull, look at the top 7 cards of my deck, and I'll find Blaster Blade. Do I want to call Painkiller yet? No, not really. I'll just attack. When she is rode upon. Oh! Maybe here's that Blaster Blade. Goes back to the deck. Oh my god, and I still drive check the Blaster Blade. Okay, there's this Gravidia. Pain. Alright, I'm gonna say no guard. Okay, that's a draw. Nice draw. Oh, Blaster Dark, no! Okay, discard Glint Breath. Ride Blaster Blade. Now I look at the top 7. Then skill of Blaster Blade, Counterblast, draw a card. Man, sucks to suck, doesn't it? Alright, attack with Blaster Blade. You can call Wing Up Soul. Oh shit! Thanks. Alright, no guard, drive check, critical trigger, all effects to Blaster Blade. I appreciate this guy's help in being such a good sport. Alright, go ahead. Does that have to be just my Vanguard? If you have 2 or more grade 2 blasters in the soul. Okay. Okay, there's Nordlinger. Nordlinger now gets him some meteorites. Okay, put this buying this card to the regards to attack. I see. Okay, okay. 2 of those Hell Hazards. Okay, plays another one for turn. He could have played that last turn. He must have just not had it. He must have drawn off the drop trigger. Alright, when placed, Soul Blaster is a meteorite from your drop and put it into the order zone, and that you do. Damn, all 4 copies of Hazard. Plus 2k for each set on your order zone. Damn, that's good. During your turn, your opponent's rear guard's retired. Power 5k. 3 more retired. Critical plus. I got hiccups. Anything. Okay. Hmm. 28, I'll take it. Okay, 1 card, 2 card. Hold on, you only put 2 card. So yeah, Wingull dies, but you only put 2 card. Wait, what? Oh! Let's say no. Okay, Sentinel. And a front, okie dokie. Stand, draw. I don't really have any good targets to discard, so I'll discard Frida, Ride Majesty. Oh, and this is Cannon Blast. Choose one of your opponent's grade 2 or grade rear guards and retire it. Grade 2 or rear guard, bang. Okay, call Blaster Dark, call Painkiller. And battle phase, Painkiller boosts Blaster Blade to attack. Okay. Unit model of this unit boosted. Soul Blast 1, retire this unit, draw a card. Skill Blaster Dark, my rear guard was retired, power plus 5k. Attack with Blaster Dark. Attack, skill, sucky sucky. Continuous 2k modifier. Okay, GG. 1, 2, 3. Wow, still no draw triggers. I have 4 of those fuckers though. Alright, go ahead. Okay, I do have 2 ways of getting more blasters, so that's a pro. Okay, 2 Neatness Meteor Showers. $23. I do need counter blasts. But I might be just okay with taking this hit. How many did he sack? So it was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that counts. The count is 5 total, right? Yeet. Okay, cool. In that case, go fuck yourself. Oh. Oh. Oh, go fuck myself. Okay, stand and draw. You gain the additional critical. I'll just swing with MLB. Okay, 28. 43, so that looks like over trigger. 1, 2, heal trigger. Woo, and I do heal. All right, turn in. All right, I'm confident he doesn't play crits at this point. I don't think I've seen any criticals from him. Yeah, it's all like draws, heals, and fronts. Is Deck Out no longer like Gravidia's worst enemy? Soul Blast 2 chooses up to 5 meteorites, return to the deck, and shuffle. So then it gains like 15. He currently has 4 meteorites to sack. (23) counterblast, sacking 1. 1. Okay, just 1. No guard. There's a heal. Okay, so you do heal. Nice draw. Oh, would you look at that? Oh. Yep. There must be. All right, so 40 to my 25. So that would be 25, 40, and 1 more. Stand and draw. Okay, there's a Blaster Blade. Love to see it. No Persona Ride, though. Call Frida. Soul Blast 1. Look at the top 5. There is no Blaster. 1 grade 2 or less Blaster. There is none. Oh, you can search Blaster Javelin, though. Deck for a grade 2 with Blaster, put it into your hand. Okay, dope. go with this. Counterblast 1. Search my, so it's a grade 2 specifically. Search my deck for a Blaster Dark. Call Darkened Blade. And then battle phase, Blaster Dark attacks. Okay, attack with MLB. Suck 2, so drive +1. Yeah, that's another PG. 1, 2, 3. Damn, no triggers. Yeah, that is the end of my turn. Oh my god, he's gotten so many Persona rides. I've only just gained the ability to do it once. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. 29 is a big number. Agree. Okay. Yeah, he accidentally pressed end phase, I think. So that 14 can only hit Frida. 29. This brings me to 25. And intercept for 30. Okay, so 23. 2, 4, 5. You're going to Sentinel. Okay, crit. $34. It's 15. I can only overguard, but that would be 3 damage. So it's kind of bloody worth it. Okay, stand and draw. We can finally Persona ride. Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. What is this game? Alright, and you know what? At the end of battle, this unit boosted. I'll call Gurgant, battle phase, Blaster Dark attacks. Okay, MLB attacks, suck up Blaster Dark. Over trigger to pass. The irony of that statement. That's the card I just drew. Crit, no trigger. Oh, right, one more. Okay. And then attack with Gurgant. Yay! I actually inflicted some damage. Yeehaw! Now if I could just draw another MLB. I still have 2 copies left in deck. Soul Blast 1, choose a meteorite from your drop. In this case, I'm assuming the hazard. Put in the order zone. How many Blaster Darks have I seen? I've seen 1, 2. I've seen all the Blaster Darks. Okay. Let me check something real quick. Okay. So there will be no longer triple drive for me. Bravery to stand against is borderline useless, because I think we've seen... Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah, there's 1 copy here, 1. Or no, yeah. So we've seen all the copies of Blaster Blade and Blaster Dark, so this order is officially useless. 15 to my 15. Well, there goes Painkiller. Painkiller would have been nice to have throughout this game. Okay, Counter Blast, retiring. 2. 3. Got 3 cards. Gurgant dies. This makes it 1 trigger to pass, but how whiskey am I? You know what? OT. Fucking no pass. Okay, good to know that wasn't really that much overkill. 32. But it's double critical. But that's funny numbers. That's literally guard and guard with Blaster Blade. Oh, hey, look, there's Painkiller. Call Painkiller. 23. Okay, there's a PG. 1 and 2. The end of the battle, this unit boosted. Soul Blast 1. Retire. Draw a card. Go ahead. Gameplay. Yo, fuck. This is certainly something. It's okay, so he has 3 meteors. Okay, that physically can't hit. Okay, so he needs Deca Crop. Or no, Decker Cop. $17. I have no grade 2 or less blasters. Oh, would you look at that? Okay, so sack, retire. So that's 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's 15k in a crit. That's 28. This will bring me up to 42. 1, 2, that's nothing. And that can't hit. This column can't hit. Stand, draw an MLB. Nope, no MLBs here. But you know what? We can call a Frida. We can call a Painkiller. MLB attacks. 33, so that's no pass. 1, 2. Hey, look, there's both the MLBs I've been missing all game. 18 to the Vanguard. All right, we then Soul Blast, retire, draw 1 card, go ahead. Can't stack with the Vanguard anymore. All I need to do is survive 1 more turn and I win. So he's got to go all out this turn. $17. Easy. 17 to Frida. Yeah, okay. That is a GG, mate. Yeah, it is a W. Call 2 Majesty Lord Blasters. $17. All right, skill, move to soul, power plus 2k to this Majesty. 19. You haven't enough. You'll move to soul. Power plus 2k to this MLB. And I'm not stupid enough to attack. GG. Woo, MLB with the stall! This card would have saved me. Oh, the irony. Okay, so I don't know exactly what to make of this deck yet. Most cracked game I've had so far. Fuck it, I am loving this deck so far. Turn 6, both at 2 damage. I'm fucking loving this. Pogging out loud. Oh, for pogging out loud. All right. Okay. I was gonna say have a good day, mate, before leaving, but okay. All right, there's no one else available. Let's peek into the Monkey Slayer. Okay, that's Prison versus Overlord. All right, let's see how this goes. Let's see how this goes. Yeah, he was cool. I appreciate that he was lenient with someone who's learning a deck. I could see someone like him every day. Yeah, agreed. Let me just scroll up here for a minute. Again, RH007. He's a good dude. Damn, 2 damage before hitting grade 2. Sucks to suck. Sucks to suck, Overlord. Although, but you know what? Counters back with 2 damage. That's good. It's a shame one of those was a trigger. Or one of those was specifically draw. My brain no work no more. My brain no work. You discard redhead, ride pink. Go ahead and imprison 1. Okay, Overlord call Nahalem. No rear guards to attack into with Overlord though, but Nahalem can boost it to 18 and 15. All right, Overlord swings for 18. Are you gonna stop it? Okay, guards 25, so that's 1 to pass. 4,000, that's no pass actually. All right, double whiff. Then Nahalem swings 15. All right, takes it. Prison goes to 3. Overlord still at 2. Prison discards a draw trigger with no effect to ride Seraph Snow. That means they're playing in excess of draw triggers because they have the effect draw and the non-effect draw. Gold for set 5. Yeah, I did, but I don't know if I know I got like an SP Night Rose. That was kind of cool. I might end up playing Night Rose. But aside from that, not much else of real note. Although I did pull a GR, but you know, I feel like a GR within your first 10 packs is practically guaranteed just to keep you coming. And it wasn't even like a good GR. It was the one that's like on attack something gain 3k. Well, let me look at it real quick. Yeah, being able to build Grand Blue would be cool, but it's not like something I'm gonna pay gems for. Man, nice heal. Ooh, there goes a copy of the end. It was Bandit Rum. When this unit attack hits, call a card from your drop zone. That unit gains power plus 2k. Okay, so it's like Gobblade. Well, it's good to know there's only 2 GRs in this set I actually care about. That one and Night Rose. See, what else do we have in terms of like strides for Grand Blue? We have King Obadiah. Fucking will be good until the end of time. God, Obadiah is so fucking gross. Particularly in like premium format. Like, oh, I see that thing come out and I go, no, please, no, not the face. Oh wait, we have ripples now. Oh, I hope to see that come. I hope to see that. Like, I hope to fight that. Because I know ripples are like infamous in the original like G era, so I'm curious how they'll be now. Ooh, Overlord with those draws. Obadiah too good for a triple. Oh my god, wait, I just realized I have, from previous Grand Blue events, I have materials. I'm gonna go ahead and craft an Obadiah. Hey, Critical trigger from the Overlord player. Double critical! That is a huge burning horn. 45. Ooh, gets PG'd. Interesting. Yeah, because even a front trigger wouldn't have stopped that. This card's a heal for the front, or for the PG. Oh, I have enough to craft 2 triple rares. How many copies of Obadiah do I need? I don't feel like I'll have an issue pulling enough Night Roses, especially like what... Aren't we in like the Night Rose season currently? I'll probably end up getting 2 Night Rose off the season, so I only need 1 more Night Rose. I am so close to 15. Okay, it is currently, oh man, Seraph Pure Light. Ooh, wait. All your grade 2 rearguards gain boost. Interesting. How many grade 2s do you play? And soul rearguards all imprison them. Got it. My front units gain 5k for every 2 of your opponent's imprisoned cards. If there's 10 or more, all the front rows gain a crit. How many cards are there currently imprisoned? 9. Oh, literally 1 card short of the additional critical of the front row. Okay, Vanguard gets PG'd. Triple drive. Order grade 2 Seraph Pure Light. Oh, you're in for some hell if it gets back to Pure Light's turn. Okay, attacks. Guards with the rest of his hand, meaning he has to take this 40k. Ah, it's not even a draw. Yeah, Seraph player do be pushing. Okay, stand draw. Come on. So he'll attack with Overlord, and then it'll get the restand. Okay, counterblasts 1 to call out Burning Horn. Turquoise will reduce its power by 5k, but it'll get that 5k back as Overlord attacks. Counterblast, okay, and also calls out Berserk Dragon. Berserk Dragon will also lose 5k due to Turquoise, but it will go back up to 10k on its own attack. The end attacks. He's gonna eat a yeah, that's the thing. He's gotta kill him now. Oh my god, wait, that's 1 crit? Okay, power to that. Crit to the Vanguard, so that's 2 damage. Please, let's see no fuck! Oh, I was hoping for no defensives, but there's defensive, there's a Bulb Mine. All right, skill of the end, stand back up. Also, the card he held on in his hand, or he drew for a turn, was a draw trigger. Okay, the second Vanguard tech gets PG'd. First check, second check, a heal trigger. Oh, that heal's nice, but it doesn't go off because of the 2 damage. Ah! The heal doesn't go off because he inflicted 2 damage. All right, 25 to the 23. He can stop this with even just an intercept. So what card is he gonna use to stop it? Okay, so he stops with that one. With, what is that one called? Macarites. Okay, and then Burning Horn attacks Turquoise, which he guards with a trigger. All right, back to the Seraph turn. Time for another Pure Light turn. No. Okay, Counterblast, Soul Blast. Go ahead. Rips 2 cards from hand, 2 cards from soul, 2 cards from field. Overlord physically, he can defend 1 attack this turn. Aside from that, he needs some sort of defensive or a heal or something. Because he's not surviving this turn vanilla. Prison top card of your opponent's deck, face down in your prison. Ah, I see. Yes, please, give me the top card of your deck, you know. That's how we do it here in Mother Russia. It's in prison. Oh, wait, hold on. That's the prison player asking that. I think the game bugged for me. Oh, yeah, bugs happen all the time. Oh, 12 cards in prison. That gives everything the crits. Never mind. Overlord's fucked. He needs a defensive and a miracle heal here. Has he seen... It doesn't look like Dragveda's made an appearance. So if he can pull Dragveda off of one of these 2 checks, he's still in this. If he can't, he's fucked. Mom, pick me up, I'm scared. He even did it once. He didn't even did it like one unit at a time just for the intimidation factor. There's no way he doesn't know there's like the all front row units button right here when you like give a crit. No, that was definitely just for intimidation. All right, 1, 2, 3. No triggers. Defense. No. Oh, the PG. A PG there at the final moments. Rest in peace. I do not want to fight Seraph Monkey Slayer. Thank you very much. I'll fight Dinosaur. Heads or tails? Tails. All right, you get to go first. Good luck, have fun, buddy. Cyber end. Okay, stand, draw. Let's discard Frida, Ride Marin, draw 1 card off of Wingull, and battle phase attack. Drive check, painkiller, okie dokie. Oh, my bad. Go ahead. Can those some cool emotes, no name? Cyber Keck. Okay, damn, does not call a trigger. On the bright side, it doesn't help him at this moment. Going to sleep now? All right, yeah, have a nice sleep, no name. Rest well. I'm gonna say no guard. Shit. Awesome. Oh yeah, cannot attack. Okay, 28 to my 18. You know what? I will defend with this trigger I just drew. Okay, stand, draw. I don't really need this right now. Ride, look at the top 7. Grab Blaster Dark. And then skill of Blaster Blade. Bang. And do I want to call Painkiller here? I think I would in fact like the bonus power. And then also call a Blaster Dark. So battle phase, 18 to the Vanguard. Drive check. Skill of Painkiller, Soul Blast retire, draw a card. A unit was retired during my turn, power plus 5k, and 15 to the Vanguard. And go ahead. I like that Painkiller Blaster Dart combination. I think it's nice. Okay, there's Magnolia. Soul Blast called top card. This unit gets back row, and this unit battles all your front row. Okay. I feel like priority protect Blaster Dark. Okay, 10 to my 10. Guard with Glint Breath. 13 to my Blaster Dark. 25, so 2. They do know. The Cannon Blast, 5k to Epinix. 3 or less rear guards. All your rear guards in the same column cannot be chosen by your opponent's card effects. Majesty Lord Blaster deck? Yeah, his own. Yeah, Majesty Lord Blaster. Okay, 15. 23 to my 10. I have 25. Stand and draw. Ride Majesty Lord Blaster. Grade 2 or greater rear guards. In the same column as this unit. Oh, my bad. Featuring opponent's rear guards. Okay, I'm just gonna call Blaster Blade here. Battle phase. Blaster Blade attacks. Three or less rear guards, all your rear guards in the same column. Got it. Attack. Attack skill. Suck. 2k. Crit. Retire. This can't be targeted. Yeah, damn it. I was hoping I would get that wrong. Anyway, whatever. Attacking. Okay, 28. 1, critical trigger, all effects. 2, 3, fuck. All right, go ahead. Oh, Persona rides Magnolia. No Magnolia Elder. Okay, Alvin, Baromets, Npix. I don't know what actually any of these things actually do. $18. $23. Go to 30. That would be 1 to pass still. Oh, 31. EG. Okay, skill counterblast. You can choose up to 3 units. Okay, so I need to kill off these Npixes. They're just annoying. How much power was that again? Huh. $23K. Okay, 23 to my 15. Take it, damn it. 15 to my 15. Guard. And then 23, guard that too. Stand, draw. Call skill, bang. Call Blaster Dark. And then battle phase. Blaster Blade attacks. Blaster Dark attacks. Attack skill suck. Bang. And drive +1. Oh, I see. So over trigger. One, two, three. No triggers. And go ahead. All right, there's Magnolia Elder. This. No, it's a little sketchy. Oh shit, he going. Let's see here. So that was 19 triple drive. No guard, hit me. Yeah, there we go. So I'll take 1. Damn it. Okay, 15 to 15. Guard with painkiller. Soul Blast 1, 10k. Choose all your opponent's rear guards. I have no rear guards. Joke's on you. I have exactly what I need to stop that. To attack, Soul Blast 1, power plus 10k. That is 35. That would actually require me to use the rest of my hand. But what choice do I really have? Stand, draw. Okay. Bravery to stand against. Search my deck for a grade 2 blaster. Do I want to retire things or do I want the extra drive? I want the extra drive. Alright, battle phase, attack with Blaster Dark. Okay. Wait, he has a PG in his hand, doesn't he? You know, attack with MLB, skill, move to the soul. Drive +1. So 43. So that is 3. 1, 2, draw trigger. You know, draw's kind of nice. And 3, draw trigger. Draw is actually pretty nice. All right, go ahead. But you see, the unfortunate thing is, if he calls one more card, I don't think I can actually guard against this. I think I'm going to be relying on a heal. 1, 2, 2, so I have 3 total things that could save me. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 24. 31. Fuck. Oh. All right, GG. I played against you. I don't want to play against Magnolia again. I don't really have much of a choice. I don't know. Let's spectate a game. Oh, it's a mirror match. I don't want to watch one of those. Okay, Greedon versus Flagberg, I think. Cool. Oh, wait. Is this Greedon? It might be Barrow Magnus. Oh yeah, it's Barrow Magnus. What's up? Yeah? Oh, hey, where'd you get those? Oh, cool. Out of curiosity, what kind of... Whoa! Here, what kind of guy? We got some basic islands. Oh, interesting. He gave you, like, a... Not only... He actually gave you cards you can actually use. Your 3/3 and trample. Oh, that's nice. Block. Enters battlefield, technique from control. It doesn't untap. Oh man, that's a pain. Deals 4 damage to each opponent. Oh, cool, but it's a little expensive. Draw 2 cards. If it was kick, draw 3 instead. Drawing is always nice, but that's really expensive for an extra card. Then a couple copies of some extra stuff. Oh, that's cool. Those are also in really good condition too. Nice. Let me ride straight into the fire. Alright, I'm bored of this game. Wait, no, I already clicked that one. Give me like one more new opponent. That's all I want, just one more game. That game is non-existent. Oh, wait, unless... Oh no, it's just the glitch that just stops you from spectating. It's just the game that just stops you from it's just okay. Well, in that case, I'm taking that as a as my cue. I guess that Magnolia game was the last one because that is, you know what? We have plenty of people. Let's go raid someone.
You probably would slide through a bit better.
Is this the end? Yeah, it's the end because I encountered I wanted like literally one more game, but I got a glitch that literally stopped me from playing the game. Eeny, meeny, miny. Oh, hey, Xenon. You know, Xenon's nice to us. Let's go raid him. Yeah, no problem. All right, yeah, no, have a nice day, everyone. See you guys on Monday. And I really am really bad at these endings, so, you know, just go say hi to Xenon. I like your enthusiasm, Zone. Can't y'all be like this when we raid one of my friends?
Oh shit. Oh my god, what is this?
Oh,
cosplayer
raid.
doing?
Welcome. Thanks for the raid. I just saw it. I was busy watching a YouTube video on my film. Hello, welcome. And the new box is out. Of course, the new box is out. We released today, to be honest. Not gonna pull it, not gonna pull from the new box. Just thinking what I'm used to do. Yes.
Yeah, finally.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.